Yeah.
So did you know you made it when they made like a little bobblehead thing of you or whatever that?
Yeah, I got a toy. I got a couple toys. Yeah, sure.
I think most of us would agree that getting a coach is a great step forward that an athlete can make to make greater progress. What if you had a whole bunch of coaches and a whole bunch of driven elite level athletes and like-minded people all in your corner trying to make you better? That's exactly what you're going to get with the TABLETALK Discord crew.
Would I join again? Absolutely. And I will continue to be a member of the Discord group as long as it's active. I've been a big fan of Table Talk over the last couple of years. It's one of my top podcasts that I listen to. So once Dave Tate announced that there would be a Discord crew, it was a no-brainer for me to join. It's been overwhelmingly positive experience. One of the biggest benefits of being in the Discord crew, form checks. I work out in my garage by myself. I don't have people to cue me, to correct me, to coach me, anything like that. So being able to hop on the Discord, post my videos, and having elite top level powerlifters and coaches able to give me real-time feedback that, hey man, you need to tweak this, you need to work on this, do some more accessories here, has been a huge benefit. I've seen my progression as a lifter make jumps just because of that. There's so much info on the Discord group for the members, thousands of articles, tons of ebooks, and really the best thing about it, it's like you're back in the gym, you're busting other people's balls sometimes. At the same time, you're getting really good information. It's been a blessing for me this last year, and I really recommend it.
So it's just like a very busy day. And then we were putting the match together and I just kind of wanted to do something different. And somebody's like, well, what if you like scoop a guy up on your back and then and you kind of squat, another guy jumps on your back and whatever. And then you throw him out of the ring or something. I was like, oh yeah, cool. That sounds, let's try that. So we worked on that in the back, like ice cold, which is, that was the mistake.
Yeah.
Because it's not like it's that much weight. Say it's like around 500 pounds. It's not that much weight, but it's also awkward weight. And it's also catching weight in a bad compromised position. So I wasn't warmed up for it. And the first time we did that, I kind of felt like my knee, like something didn't feel right. And then I proceeded to do that 4 more times afterwards. And then I didn't think anything of it. And then going into the match, I didn't really warm up that well. And then I was supposed to open the match, which kind of like going through the motions to start a match kind of gets you warmed up. You know what I mean? But they, for whatever reason, cut it short. So I just did the hot tag to run the comeback, pretty much ice cold, got in that same position. The guy jumped on my back and I took that step back. So it was like really quad dominantly loaded and it just ripped the patellar tendon off both sides of the bone and ripped it all the way through. Yeah. So 3, I don't even know how it's possible, with 3 full tears of the tendon.
So what do you do right after that?
Well, I was thinking, I was like, God, I gotta gorilla press someone now. So I'm trying to I thought I dislocated my knee. I don't know. I'm not you know what I mean? I'm not a freaking physicist or whatever. So I trying to push my kneecap down, trying to maybe get it back in the socket or something so I can get up and press someone. Yeah. But by that point I was like, okay, my knee's, it's just totally done. You know.
So then tendon. What was the exit like?
Well, so the other guy that I was tagging with had to just carry on with the match. We had to just scrap kind of the original plans. And I just was like on the floor, just like trying to not be seen by the cameras. And then the medical crew just had to like carry me 1,000 yards back.
You go straight to the hospital from then?
No, I got to sleep. Yeah, it's because they want to go through the same guy usually in Birmingham or whatever. Yeah. So
you had to travel with that?
Yeah.
How's that?
Horrible.
Because you can't walk, right? I mean, the tendon's off. You're not.
They wanted to get me to like the hospital ASAP. So they had me take like the surgeon's private jet. Yeah. But it was like tiny too. So it's just it was a pain in the ass.
Well, we should probably navigate this a little bit because people will hear quad tear and it's not like a quad pull. I mean,
no, that's what I always said. Yeah, like, I tore a muscle.
No, you're not moving.
Yeah.
I guess you could limp, kinda.
No, I can't do anything with that. The tendon is destroyed. Yeah. Shredded to be, he said it was like trying to sew like hamburger helper back together or whatever.
Yeah. Like how long did it take to get the surgery?
Like to what? To get into surgery?
Like 2 weeks, a week
to get into surgery.
Yeah, you get into surgery.
Instantly. Yeah, it was the next day.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And then how'd that go?
was great. I think I really realized
surgery.
Yeah, I think I really realized I had sleep apnea because, because my wife was with me, so she was kind of like monitoring my vitals, and I had like no oxygen when I was sleeping. So she asked them if they could put some oxygen in me because my oxygen was down to like 70 something, which is like dangerous. So then when they had the oxygen in my nose, like I had the greatest night's sleep ever. Yeah, and I'm like, man, for sleeping in a hospital bed like upright, I feel really well refreshed.
How did it go post-surgery? Because I've known people that have had that same thing, and some go good, some don't go good, some get infected, some don't get infected.
Oh, thank God. No, I didn't get an infection or anything. Yeah. So it's all, I think it went pretty good. Yeah, honestly. So they didn't clear me until like 9 months, but I probably could have been cleared after 3-4 months. Yeah. They were going to bring me back to TV after, let's see, I had the surgery in April, May, I think it was June, end of June or July. So 2 or 3 months.
So I'm assuming 2 days after surgery, you're training.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I got the videos up there. I was crutching around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then I was like, can I walk on this? Which obviously is a horrible idea. But the surgeon's like, well, it's like, because the knee's immobilized and stuff, it's like, I don't think it'll hurt, but just do what you're comfortable with. So then I'm trying to like walk around the neighborhood and stuff too.
How long till you were not immobilized?
I think maybe a month, I want to say. Okay. I can't remember the specifics that well, but yeah, I recovered pretty quickly. It's just a matter of getting to that, like, now it's just the point of getting back to 100%, which takes forever. I know for my first surgery that it takes like 2 years.
So at that time you decided to bulk up. Why?
Oh, because I wanted to come back bigger and better than ever.
All right. How heavy did you got? Like 290 something? Right?
Yeah.
Well, how was that?
Very bloated, 295.
Yeah, I assume that. Yeah, but how was it just moving around?
Dude, honestly, I felt fine. I mean, I never sleep well. I just have this undiagnosed sleep apnea that I learned to live with.
You can diagnose it, you know. Getting a CPAP's not that hard.
I know. I don't know, man.
Facebook Marketplace, you know, eBay. You're creative. You can find a CPAP. They auto-regulate.
I don't know. It's just pulling the trigger, you know?
Yeah. You're not interested in sleeping right now in your life. That's fine.
I just kind of like what I'm doing, you know?
But the mobility wise and all that, as you got bigger, it really didn't. I mean, obviously you're fucked up because
they actually said too, because I got my mobility back in my knee, I was able to fully bend it. They said that like bigger guys get it back more easily or something. Yeah. I don't know if that's just because maybe our body weight's more bulbous and we can squat and stretch that tendon out more or something. In. I don't know. Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
So the plans were to come back and then that side railed.
Yeah. I don't know if we should get into it, but it's all the WWE scandal stuff. Like,
well, whatever. I mean, it is the business, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know beforehand, or was it just kind of like, no, you're done?
Of what? That my career was over, basically?
Well, I don't want to say it's over, right? So I didn't say retired because you never know.
Yeah.
I purposely said spent 6 years, right? That way you're not in this thing. That, you know, well, I guess a comeback's always good too.
Yeah, of course.
So there was no notice.
Well, so everything was basically very confusing. Yeah. Right. So I had travel booked. Like, so we had this app that they had like our flights, what shows we were going to be at and all that. And I was booked for like 2 months out. My travel was all booked and everything. So I'm like, oh shit. And next week I'm going back to TV. And then, like we got the talent got this mass text message from like Vince, like, well, it looks like it's time for me to retire. I'm stepping down.
Was that around the same time as the acquisition?
It was like, yeah. Maybe it was right before it came out, or maybe it was right after it came out. I'm not sure. But or you're talking about the TKO deal? Yeah. No, that was before. I think it's because they wanted to keep that like squeaky clean.
So you're not squeaky clean?
Well, it has nothing to do with me. Yeah. So they scrapped they basically just changed the booker. Yeah. He decided that they didn't need me. Right. They scrapped my travel, which I was like, okay, cool. I can just rehab for like as long as I want now. So I just kept getting more bulbous.
So what was it like being on TV then? Like the first time you saw yourself?
Once I returned?
No. Yeah. Well, just when you started to begin with.
Oh,
right? Because you go from, you know, doing laps around your
with
cul-de-sac and on a bicycle for world record time. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And for your YouTube presence in front of 100,000 people, maybe. That one might have done better than that. Right.
The Guinness World Record.
Yeah, the Guinness World Record. So you go from that you know, to then being on TV. You know, so
that's pretty cool. Yeah, it was very validating because I always knew that I had something to offer. You know, I was different than anyone else. So it was validating basically. It was, you know, strange how it all happened. Like, because normally when you're in development, you get used on the developmental show, and then they decide like, oh, he's ready to go up to the main show. Yeah. And for me, it was just like Vince just saw me because they weren't doing anything with me. So I did like this third party Old Spice ad campaign because they needed someone that was like entertaining, looked like a wrestler, but nobody knew who they were. So I was like the perfect candidate for it. And they saw me and just called me up to TV. So I was like, wow, finally. It was like my big break, you know? It was awesome. Yeah. I mean,
so did you know you made it when they made like a little bobblehead thing of you or whatever that
Yeah, I got a toy. I got a couple toys. Yeah, a shirt and all that. No, dude, I mean, that was like probably like one of the best years of my life just because like I was going arenas, like just like I'm like a huge like Iron Maiden fan and stuff. And I was going to all these arenas, Iron Maiden posters, and I'm like kind of like playing guitar and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like sold out arenas and stuff.
How did the guitar thing get integrated? Hey guys, real quick, we realized that something ridiculous, like 80% of the people that watch the podcast don't subscribe. So subscribe to the channel and make sure to check out the description for more details on the guest, you know, links to their pages, and give us a few days, but the show notes will be there. Or not the show notes, the timestamps. Hey, we're just rolling with this thing right now.